Hey, have you ever wanted to unleash the anger you stored up during the 7-minute queue the game gave you upon your unlucky enemies? Then this loadout is for you. Well, it's hard to call it a loadout, I just slapped as much weapon power as possible to see what happens next. But in case you want to try it out, the code is in the comments. As many of you know, Ana is already pretty scary without any power-ups. But today we are turning this fear factor all the way up with this amount of weapon power. The core of this loadout is pinpoint prescription. This thing gives Ana's rifle a headshot multiplier, which is absolutely insane, if you ignore my aim, that is. With this power-up, you can relocate most of the enemies back to spawn with just 2 shots, one to the head and one to the... honestly, I have no clue how that one hit. And your headshots can also heal twice as much, although with this loadout, healing is optional. With a little bit of practice, you'll be catching flankers off guard like it's nothing. Just imagine trying to mug a grandma and getting 2-tapped in seconds. Keep in mind that Ana has no escape tools. Your only way out is killing your opponent first. And maybe a nade power-up, but killing is the priority here. If you concentrate, you can out-heal a lot of damage. Not through walls though. Occasionally, terrible thoughts cross my mind that I should have been healing more instead of focusing on damage. But then I look at the stats and I get the MVP, that means I'm the best player there is, so I don't care. And this is not a lazy loadout. It will fill your games with a lot of adrenaline. And after putting you through a ton of stress, it will reward you with nothing but more adrenaline. And I like that. Alright, moving on to the second war crime tool, no scope needed. I personally love this one because it fits my aggressive close-range playstyle perfectly. Sure, it's much safer to be as far away from the fight as possible, but it's not as fun as being in the middle of this chaos that people call the average support role experience. This power-up gives you attack speed every time you land a no-scope on someone. Stack it with a couple attack speed perks, and congrats, you just turned your game into Osu. But this torture is rewarded with a pretty decent healing output, and luckily there's a way to make your life a little easier, just slap on potent projectiles. It makes your shots much sicker. And if you even miss those, I'm sorry, I am reporting your ass for throwing. Oh, and it also adds a nice chunk of weapon power too. For only 5k credits, that's a steal. Surprisingly, this part of the loadout turned out kinda cracked. But overall, is it effective? Is overdosing Ana with damage actually fun? And should you try it? Yes. With these power-ups, just get as much damage as you can. And trust me, you'll have the game of your life. Also, this build improves your aim by 84%. Yes, this is an actual fact, made up by me. And for my final touches to this damage-dealing monster, I actually went with a defensive power-up, Home Remedy. But don't you dare use it to just heal up and run away. Jump the enemy Reinhardt, unload as much damage as humanly possible, both physical and emotional, then hit him and yourself with your nade to piss your dominance all over the battlefield. And only then you are allowed to walk away. And the final power-up I like to use is my turn. Because imagine all the nightmare this loadout does, and amplify it with a nano boost. If you cared about healing before, you'll forget about it instantly. It's still not the best build, but mainly it's because they removed the best build. Huh? Yeah, remember the loadout I've shown you before? The one that used Dreamy power-up? Apparently it was so powerful, Blizzard moved it to the PvE update. I'm serious, look at this, there used to be a power-up here. That is why I call this loadout Revenge, because now everyone will feel my pain of losing a funny build. They've just buffed Ana. While I was making this, they actually buffed this insane perk called Unscoped Resources. They've added 15% weapon power on top of it. And it was in the build before, but now you must get it. Basically, it adds a 50% chance to not consume any ammo while you shoot. I've rarely used it because it didn't give any stats, but now it's a perfect piece to this loadout. So these are the powers you get. These are my starter items. On the second round, I would choose this or this. This gives you a nice chunk of damage, and this gives you a bit of attack speed. And once you get enough money, I'm just going straight for this. It gives you a shit ton of damage. And after you get this, you obviously get this one because, again, large projectiles and a bit of damage. And this new top tier perk, because 15% weapon power and infinite ammo sounds pretty good to me. And these are also pretty good, but they are optional. This gives you a lot of ammo, but if you have this, you can forget about it. This gives you a lot of attack speed. This is for those 5 people that actually want to heal on Ana, and this is also for a good chunk of damage. If you have more than 50% weapon power, then you're doing it right. So yeah, try that for yourself, because it opens a whole new world of, let's say, morally questionable ways to play Ana. And subscribe if you like the loadout or committing war crimes, and see you in the next one. Bye bye!